Hey guys, I have a new process video for you. I know it probably seems like process video overload. I actually taped this one the other day, so I'm going to be using this sketch and this picture of me and my friend, and I'm so sorry it's blurry. I was using my phone. I've been kind of trying to play around with different ways to tape, and I tried my phone, but my phone, I don't like it gets overheated, and so I don't like the coloring. So here I'm looking for a cardstock to put everything on, and eventually go with that pink, but I wasn't sure. I'm using pretty much scraps from my old Scraptastic kits. So you see I have last month and I have the month before with mostly the Echo Park Capture Life kit collection. So I'm using these chevron pieces and I'm just cutting them out a little bit. I really wanted it to be a little bit more dimensional. Now, I ended up flipping the sketch, and I don't remember, I think the sketch is from Creative Scrappers. I'm not positive about that, but I did show it at the beginning. So, and here's another paper, and I think this also is from that Echo Park, and I'm making some triangles with this, and yeah, those were interesting. They were kind of wonky, but in the end they look really nice on the layout, so it's like that imperfect look. But I tried to find the ones that were mostly symmetrical. Oh, my paper's falling down. I had my paper against the wall so I can look up and see. So yeah, I flipped the sketch so that the photo strip from these pictures were taken at a photo booth that you go in and you do like really funky pictures. Me and some ladies from my Bible study group when I lived in Texas, we all went to a church for a fashion show, and during the intermission they had dancing and they had frozen yogurt and they had this photo booth. So me and my really close friend Netta, we went inside the photo booth. So hopefully she doesn't mind, she's on YouTube now. She'll love it. We had so much fun though, going and just having a blast watching a whole bunch of the youth group at that church do the fashion show and stuff. So it was just fun. It was nice to get out. At this point, my husband was away at AIT because he had to switch his job in the military, and so I was home with the kids. And so here I'm just cutting out strips because I wanted to use that POW paper, but I wanted to tone it down a little, and I say tone it down and I still leave the gold strip on. In the end it looks cute though. I think I would have taken that gold strip off just because I think it's a little, I don't know, maybe I would have did a banner with it instead of just like a flag type banner. But that's okay. In the end, it all looks really nice. It kind of, the elongated line meets up with the arrows that go down across in the first half of the sheet. So here I'm just cutting out some banners that's gonna go next to the chevrons. But yeah, it was nice to get out and not have my kids with me. I have 3 beautiful kids, and they're amazing, but they're super, super close together in age. And so, because my husband's in the military, like most families where you have people who work, you know, you don't, especially when one parent stays home, the other parent ends up working. So I mean, I'm super happy with how things are, but, you know, sometimes you need a little break from the kids. So this was really nice. So this paper is also from the Scraptastic kit, and that was from a couple of months ago, and that was from last month, the Either Way kit. And those colors just all went so well together. It was really fun to use up my papers, because I just had a few scraps and not really much that you could do much with, but it was fun to get it. Now this is from the Capture Life, and I really liked that bokeh because it kind of looked like a camera flash, but it ended up getting covered up. So I should have known that wouldn't have really, I mean, it made a nice layer, but the concept that I wanted to go with didn't really come across, but that's okay. So I used that pink and white striped paper. I think that's My Mind's Eye. I think it's Market Street from last month. I think that was last month. And I just use that to kind of put my pictures in as that top layer. And so here I'm just filling around where I want everything before I kind of glue it down. And I don't know if I did it yet, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a line on the edge, like outline everything. And so I did one little corner, and I decided I didn't like it, so I think I already did it. I think that's why I have my pen out. That's a Bic Triumph. I use that a lot for outlining and for journaling. It really is pretty smooth. I mean, it doesn't work on pictures, and if it's a like glossy type of surface, it smears really easily, but it doesn't dry up like sometimes the Sharpies, or I have some Staedtler markers that are like Sharpies, and those really, I don't know if it's the pack that I got, but they really dry out pretty easily when you're writing on the cardstock. So it could just be the pack that I got. So here I'm just adhering everything, thinking about how I want to put these down. It would have been fun if I had put those on dimensional so they kind of stick up a little bit more, but I've been really wanting to just layer everything. I think I said that in my last video. So I'm just, I kind of didn't want them two-dimensional so that I could stick stuff around it, because sometimes when you use the pop dots, you can't move, your layers as well. So, and then I wasn't going to put a triangle up in that corner, but for some reason I tried it up there, and I really, really liked it, and it worked really good for grounding some other elements. So here I'm looking for some stuff. I think this is the ephemera pack from, let's see, I can't even see. Yeah, that's from last month. So I end up using those feathers, and I wasn't even sure what I was going to do with those feathers. Like, I've had a hard time using those feathers just because, I don't know, feathers are kind of a hard thing if you're not trying to use it. And I also get these Heidi Swapp, the transparencies, and I play around with those for a different texture. I like them, but they're really, if you don't like stuff to your glue to show, they're really hard to use. I mean, I don't spend the extra money to go out and get the special glue that you need, that you could use for transparencies or like vellum. But so I just use the Tombow, and it works decent. I mean, when it dries, you can't really see it too much. But I mean, if that's something that bugs you, definitely those transparencies are really hard to use. I mean, they're fun. Like those stars were really, really fun. They popped in the layers really, really well, and I was just really impressed with how I made the feathers work. I really didn't expect to use those feathers. I expected to have them and just have them sit in my stash. So I was glad that I got to use them. So I'm just kind of, getting everything all layered up in there. And next, I know I also find some stickers. I use a pack of Simple Stories stickers from last summer, their last summer's collection. I used some stickers from there. That's later on. I don't know what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for stickers and stuff. So yeah, I found this. I had a couple of pinwheels and one flag left from the Pure collection from Crepe Paper, and it's gold and pink, and it really went good with that POW paper, that gold POW. So here I'm looking for some alphas because I'm going to put my title in the gap of that chevron-y arrow on the side. So I'm just looking to see if I have some pinks, or I knew I kind of wanted to use those gold. And at first I was going to use the gold for night, and so I'm looking to see if I have some blues to go with the blue, because there's the bluey teals. Now on the bottom, you can't really see it now, but that bottom first layer that I put down, that was from the Pure collection from Crepe Paper. I had just a little tiny bit left from when I first bought it. That was one of the first paper lines that I actually bought, since I'm newer to scrapbooking. I love how just last year's papers are new to me. But that was one of the first nice papers that I bought, and I got that in a scrapbooking store. And let me tell you, that first time I walked in, well, it's a Hawaii has Benjamin Franklin's, which is very close to like Joann's or Michael's. They're super expensive because anything brought into the island is expensive. But just walking in and seeing the paper and all the stickers, oh my gosh, I spent so much money that day. Thank goodness it was tax time, so we got our tax money back. But so I wanted to use this gold sticker from Market Street from My Mind's Eye, but they were so big, and I had already put a lot of big things, so it wasn't gonna work. And for the title, I ended up using the Echo Park Capture Life, the pink and white stickers. Though that night just really stands out with the gold and the pink, and it just brings everything together. So here I'm looking for like word stickers, and I end up putting on top of the feather a sticker that says Good Times, and that's from the Simple Stories. That's from their summer collection last year. So it has a lot of those like the pale pinks and some peaches and stuff. So the colors really went well with the colors that I was using. And I know I get some wood. I just used one piece of wood. I used a camera. I'm looking for some flare. And I used a Hello badge. And that was from this month's kit. We got a whole bunch of free stuff, so because it was their birthday, so it was fun to use that. Since I don't buy a lot of flair, it's fun when we get the extra flair. It was nice to get all that extra flair. So here I have a Maggie Holmes Crepe Paper. I think that's Crepe Paper, but Maggie Holmes. So here I'm writing the date on the side. I have a little tab there. And so for the journaling, I've seen a lot of people like writing around their layers or writing on the outside, and as of yet I really hadn't tried it. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it. I thought I needed something to kind of outline, but I wasn't sure I really wanted to outline, since I didn't do it to any of the other layers, and it's a pain in the butt to pull it up and put the layers. So I write the journaling, and it really, really works well to keep everything contained, and it looks really nice with the black on the outside. So here I'm just writing my journaling, and I'm just pretty much saying how nice it was to go out to this fashion show with the ladies from my women's Bible study group. It was one of the last things we got to do right before I left Texas last year. So it was just fun to have a nice night, and I was just saying how me and my friend were laughing, and we couldn't stop laughing. We were going,